Peace be with you. Welcome to Healing Life with Positivity 24/7, 365, 365, 24/7. This is a platform that was inspired by my inner child. If you're new to the platform, hey there. From my inner child to your inner child, I am so very proud of you. You should be very proud of yourself. This is a place where we obsessively, compulsively, deliberately just focus on things positive because we can, and so we will, and that's just what it is. If you're returning back to the channel, then guess what? I'm really glad that you came back to hang out with me to get this good energy, stay in your high vibration. I love y'all so much. Listen, newcomers with these spiritual sessions, this is a place where transparency is probably heightened more than it is on my other platform, just because I'm not in spiritual court. So I take off that hat. And this is where I kind of share the stories of how I got over certain things. And hopefully you will share your story, because your story, honestly, is going to save somebody's life. Somebody needs to know that they're not the only one going through something. And that in itself inspires them to keep going, to keep pushing through. Okay. So very motivational energy here. We encourage you to bring in your higher self. I always like to start these sessions out with 3 really nice, full inhales and exhales by way of just breathing and going with the flow. It just reminds the physical body and the spiritual body that, hey, we're going to go with the flow. So let's do it. Do it with me. Whatever you decide to do, I support you in the energy. Let's do it. It's always good to have your feet firmly planted on the ground. It just reminds the universe, Gaia, the earth, that you are present, you are here, you are in the current moment, and you're showing up for yourself today and life, right? And you're glad about it. Going with the flow is, in my opinion, a form of surrendering to the divine plan for your life, right? I like it. I don't know. That just kind of came right up out of my spirit. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, stand up or sit down wherever you are. Maybe you're laying down. Maybe you're taking a cleansing bath. Whatever it is, I just hope that you are well. All is well. It is well. Listen, so we're going to be doing some spiritual, how do you say, channeling by way of the universe, by way of using the Namaste cards as a tool to just see what the universe is telling us to do, okay? So the first card that came out, it says to chew your food, okay? Chew your food. Something about breathing, something about savoring flavors, enjoying your food absolutely does matter for those of you that understand taste buds. It's so important to taste your food. Breathe while you do it and just simply enjoy it. I had to learn that. I had to learn that, y'all. Just take your time. 20 minutes to eat your food at least. That is recommended time. It gives the body and or the mind enough time to satisfy the stomach. Something about 20 minutes. I don't know what it is. By the time you're done eating, 20 minutes, you will be full. And it absolutely does prevent overeating, right? Sometimes we're thirsty and we think that we're hungry. Somebody taught me that years ago, a nutritionist that I used to see. And that has really worked for me up until this point. So I just want to share that with anybody that wants to take that information, apply it to your life, or if you want to leave it for somebody else to take, that's always going to be your best bet. And it's a wise thing to do, but intuitively feel what you need to take from this spiritual session and what you need to leave on the table. Next card says, remember the good things you are good at, okay? So constantly reminding yourself of what your passion is, what your gift is, what are you good at, okay? And then this other card says, one thing at a time. Everything's about kind of going with the flow in life in terms of just the energies that I'm picking up by way of what the universe wants to lovingly remind you of. And this says, reflect and grow. I'm going to pull one more card. Ooh, water your body. Water is absolutely powerful, y'all. It absolutely does help with your emotions. Water eliminates depression. Water eliminates anxiety. Okay. Proven, tested, and tried. A lot of people that are sad are dehydrated. Okay. I'm going to be honest. They are. Water is really, really good for balancing out your emotions. Going to the water, being in nature, putting your feet in the water, natural water if you can help it, right? This is why we do our salt baths and we try to recreate that natural element by way of bringing the ocean to our bathtub with sea salt, right? Okay. Nevertheless, this says chew your food, eat with intention, savor the food in your mouth and chew it well. This not only aids in digestion, but it helps to ground you in the present moment. Focus on the textures of your food. Is this a sweet taste? Is it savory? Pretend you are a food critic. Enjoy the process of eating well and break down the experience as much as possible. Intentionally chew your food. While eating, this will allow you to be more present and it allows your taste buds to be engulfed in all the flavors. Being in the moment can reduce stress significantly. Just by doing this, you may be able to notice what kind of food your body needs and is craving. Chew your food. There's so much that goes into eating, engulfing all of your senses. I don't know what it is, but ASMR is something that I really genuinely appreciate. It's so funny because it reminds me of the womb, right? Everything's a sound, everything's in a rhythm. If you really get still, you will hear certain things in a rhythm. The birds, they chirp at the right time. A car passes by at the right time. It's all very musically balanced by way of sound. And with ASMR, it reminds me of the womb. It reminds me of hearing the heartbeat. It reminds me of hearing my mother chew her food, right? As she fed me in her womb, there I was being molded in triple darkness. Something about ASMR. So I'm saying all that to say that in addition to chewing your food, what I think is the best recommendation is to chew it, engulf your senses, breathe. That's going to really help you taste everything in a way that maybe you never tasted it before, right? And hearing yourself chew, listening to yourself chew is relaxing because you're nurturing the body, hopefully with something that's really, really good. Now, I'm going to be honest, as I've gone through my ascension, my taste buds have changed dramatically. Like I can taste artificial flavors, I can taste chemicals. Somebody had given me a strawberry candy the other day. I was like, oh no, this is not real candy. If I'm going to eat candy, it's going to be real candy. It's going to have few ingredients, okay? Sugar, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. If you're going to do sugar, do real sugar, right? The body will naturally break it down, not to overindulge in it, but anything that you overdo, it's just never going to be good for you. That could be anything that you might start out thinking that it's good. So that kind of prevents that obsession, right? Overeating or under eating, starving the body. Intuitively, listening when you need to fast and go away from food, right? And sometimes what you eat is mental, sometimes what you eat is spiritual. So fasting from certain things that you feed your spirit as well, not just your body. That is just a recommendation. Take what resonates, leave the rest. So this other card says, remember the things that you're good at. Make a list of all the things that you are good at. If you need help, ask people close to you. What do you think is my best characteristic, right? Ask people what they believe that your talents are and what they think that you're really good at. The range of good things will start pouring in from small to large. As you list all these things, you will realize that most of what you're good at is very close to being amazing. You will be amazed and grateful for all the things that you've become proficient in. You have acquired much skill. Be thankful, be grateful. Be grateful Being grateful, excuse me, helps our body react in a positive way. All of a sudden, we can feel an overwhelming sense of abundance when we remember to be grateful for the things we have and all the things that we are good at. This will help vanquish any feelings of stress. Hence the fact that these are the stress less cards. I like it. I receive it. So this says one thing at a time. The world is now a multitasker's dream. Today, everyone has managed their scattered thoughts and ideas and movements by way of the world's standards. Most are not multitaskers, though. Even a renowned multitasker will have difficulty grounding themselves in the moment. Next time you tackle your never ending to do list, focus on one thing. Do one task at a time and see how this allows you to be immersed in the task and the moment. When you can rid yourself of all the other obligations while focusing on what you are doing, the task at hand will allow you to recover the rest. Ooh, I like it. All of this resonates with me right now. You know, I just came back from the gym and I was on the treadmill for about, I think about 45 minutes. Okay. Then I did some squats and some other stuff. And after I was done, I was like, oh my God, I'm hungry. And because I was so mindful of my physical body, my spiritual body was very mindful of what it was that I was eating, right? I'm always mindful of what I'm eating. It has to be something that's well, okay? I can't eat, yeah, I'm very picky, okay? The more I understand energy, the more I understand things that give me more energy by way of herbs and vitamins and things like that, my body naturally just wants what's good. And that's how I stay in optimum health. Nevertheless, all of this resonates with me. Okay. One thing at a time. I got a to-do list that makes me laugh. It makes me grateful to be alive. I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. Look at all the things I have to do. It'll be fun. And that's just how I tell myself, we need to see things like, yeah, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. Oh, that list is really long, but and telling myself that, my body reacts in a way that I end up just having a really good time tackling that to-do list. So just something to share. Maybe you want to try that. Maybe you're already doing that. Maybe this is just confirmation. But I love y'all. Thank you for allowing me to be transparent. Thank you for allowing me to go on those little minor spiritual tangents. I hope they help. This one says reflect and grow. Look in the mirror when you have a chance. This exercise will expose the things that are hard to swallow, excuse me. When you see your reflection, try to bring to the surface the things that you need to improve on. I did this the other day, y'all. I did this the other day. I looked myself in the mirror. I was like, get your punk ass to the gym. Hurry up. Get your punk ass to the gym. I do my exercises at home, but it's something about being out and or social, right? Balancing hermits from being, an extrovert. Well, really, I'm a popular loner. Like when I go out, everybody wants to talk, and I'll be like, okay. And I'm reading their spirit. I already know what they're gonna say. So it's just like, I usually get into really deep conversations, and they're like, "Yeah, my mom did this, and when she was, in the nursing home, they just start giving me all these stories just as an example." So I always have to prepare myself to go out. Most times I'll go out incognito. I'll rock a hat. I just kind of want to be in the zone. Not all the time do I want to encounter people because of what I do, and I'm always helping people doing readings and things like that. I take that hat off, y'all. I take the high priestess hat off. When I go out, well, I can't really take it off. I'm going to be honest, because people see me and they know. They'll look, I'll hit the room and they're like, like, my angels could possibly look like demons to them. So immediately they get defensive, like, who's this person? And I'm like, okay, I come in peace. Like, it's okay. Namaste. Peace be with you. And so I'm usually kind of incognito. I wear my hat real low. I got my music on. Give me some music and I can do anything. Okay. I can't go a day without music. Music is like so healing to my soul, and I listen to a little bit of everything, y'all. Like pretty much all kinds of music. If it's got good sound and something that resonates with my spirit, it's a wrap. So going out, right? I looked myself in the mirror. I was like, look, get your punk ass to the gym. That's how I talk to myself. I'm like, look, girl, let's keep it a buck. Get your punk ass to the gym. What is it that you want to do? Oh, you want to go get a pedicure? Go get your pedicure today. Stop putting it off, right? Because sometimes there's certain things that take precedence, or so we think, over self-care. There's nothing that should take precedence over self-care. What good am I if I'm putting myself on the back burner? And it's so easy to do, especially as a mom or a dad or a parent or as a wife, right? What good am I if I'm putting myself on the back burner, one, to myself and others? So I've had to learn to set those boundaries, even with my children. Nobody can just come knock on my door and wake me up. Hey, I'm like, hold up. Good morning, grand rising, whatever you want to say. It's all good. But I've not talked to myself yet, and I need to take this moment. I'll be right with you. I will be a better mom when I deal with you. I will be a better wife when I deal with you, but I can't just open my eyes up and just start conversations. I used to have a friend that would call me with all her drama. I'd be like, And then at first I was like, why am I irritated? Like my day would be irritated. I'm like, yo, I need to set a boundary. I need to tell, what's her name? Don't be calling me at 5 in the morning telling me about a guy that you said you've been leaving for the last 4 years. Okay. Eventually, the friendship dissolved. I mean, it was more than obvious we just didn't have anything in common. Maybe you can relate, share your story. But yeah, I got to set that boundary. Like, hold up. I got to talk to the creator first. I got to talk to my spirit team. I got to give thanks for a new day. I got to listen to my body. I got to listen to my soul and, lay there, open my eyes and decide what it is the day is going to bring. And just being grateful, right? So nevertheless, it's just a recommendation, but find a mirror and check yourself before you wreck yourself. Whatever you need to bring to the surface, bring it to the surface. Just keep it real. You can't be embarrassed in the presence of yourself. And if you are, you're in danger. If you're lying to yourself when you're in the presence of yourself and nobody's there with you, you're in danger. You need to figure it out. I'm going to need you to go save yourself. I'm going to need you to pull from within. Okay. Nobody's coming to save you. You're it. Surprise, surprise. Listen, this says reflect and grow, right? So this is what we're talking about, this exercise in the mirror. It says take all the things that you need to improve and tell yourself that you are good at them. Ooh, I'm good at working out. I'm good at eating well. I'm good at putting myself first. It says tell yourself that you will try harder to get better at them. This will seem silly and maybe a little difficult at first, but if you are consistent with this exercise, you will look in the mirror one day and realize that you have absolutely improved. The things you fell a little short on are now assets to your character. Reflect, go within, meditate, breathe, eat well, and grow. And glow. Yeah, go ahead and glow. It's a beautiful thing. This says water your body. This exercise is about acknowledging all the parts of your body. Take a moment and relax into the parts of your body. What does your face feel like? How do your toes feel? What about your belly button? Search and seek out all the messages that all parts of your body have to tell you. Doing this exercise is like watering a garden. Each part of your garden needs to be acknowledged and nourished. Allowing all the parts of your body to tell you how they feel is a way you can acknowledge and or nourish your body one part at a time, right? So talking to your beautiful ears, thanking the creator for your ears, your inner ears, your eardrums, the veins underneath your tongue, your eyes, the retina, all those little things, the fact that you can blink. Thank you, universe, right? Oh, I can wiggle my toes. I'm so grateful. I can wiggle my fingers. I can move my thumb. I can move my arms. I'm so glad for that mobility. I'm so glad for my beautiful heart. Thank you for my healthy, optimum health heart, right? These are things, speaking that into the body and seeing that light going and moving throughout the body. If there's pain there, right? Talking to that pain, figuring out what it's about. One thing that I pride myself on is metaphysical law. I truly believe that every physical ailment stems from some type of an emotional violation of spiritual law. Okay? That really is my belief. Usually I can talk to people just based on what I've studied and or come to find to be a fact. Hold on, y'all. What are my ear? My earbud fell, y'all. Sheesh. My earbud fell. But yeah, just from what I've learned, hold on, y'all. Let me grab that. I have learned, and this has been proven, tested, and tried, that there are parts of your body that will reflect how you're feeling, right? One of my favorite practitioners, Louise Hay, may the Most High forever be pleased with her endeavors in this world. She was amazing. She made a list and or created it based on metaphysical ailments, right? And for everything that ails you, I don't give a damn if it's a lower back pain or a knee pain or a foot pain or, whatever it is, it stems from some type of emotional violation and or it represents something that needs to be healed in the physical body. I was very privileged in my 20s to learn from her, right? I was very, very privileged. One of my other favorite practitioners is Florence Scovel Shin. Okay, an old practitioner, 1920s. Okay, she was amazing. Her book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. There were moments that I knew what to do, but I would fall off, as we all do. And I'm saying this because I feel like a lot of you can resonate. And this is why I feel being transparent is so important for a teacher, for a leader, so that people know that you can relate. You're not just up here, shooting smoke up their ass. And no, I've been through some stuff, y'all. This is why I go as hard as I do. I know what it feels like to taste death, if you will, or not know whether or not you're going to live. And once you get that opportunity to live again, you like, shoot, I'm so grateful. If I catch myself complaining, I catch myself. I remember those near death experiences and how I bargained with the creator. And the creator was like, okay, I'm going to give you more time. I'm like, cool, I'm still here. This is amazing. Okay, I'm going to laugh as much as possible. I'm going to do all that I want to do. And when I don't feel like doing something, I'm not going to feel bad about it because there's times that sometimes you're not supposed to do anything, right? And so in that, I learned from really good teachers, gurus. A couple of those teachers were in real life, right? Everybody's teaching you something. One of my favorite sayings is, your enemy is really your teacher. My enemies showed me so much about myself. They revealed to me parts of myself that maybe were lying dormant that I didn't want to admit. Child, I'm going to put it in the book for those of you that want to know my story. And I think that it's a good idea for people to write their story, tell your story. Every life is honestly a story that deserves to be told. Even if you just leave it for your offspring, your grandchildren, or for your lineage, right? Write your story so that they will have encouragement in the future, so that you, will live on forever, so that your words will be in the world forever. It's a body of work. Tell your story and, don't apologize for none of it. Okay. It's something about telling the truth. You know what I mean? Like, tell the truth. Just write it out. It's very therapeutic too. And you know what's so interesting? I keep saying I'm going to write this book, y'all. I started maybe 10 years ago. Let me just be honest. And then I lost my baby and I stopped writing. I went through trauma. I went through depression. I wanted to die. I had never been so sad in my life because 99.9% of the time, I'm just a happy person. I was always a happy person, a happy child, right? So I started writing that book and just recanting the story. Ooh, and I had to go through that dark night of the soul by myself. The Most High obviously sent earth angels along to help me. I'm sure a lot of you can't relate, but child, I could not write the story. Well, now fast forward, 14 years later? Oof, I said 10. Ooh, it's time to write that book as I remember it, right? From start to finish. And I'm going to do what I can in terms of recanting memories from day one. Everybody has a perception. Now, if you ask my mother, she might have a whole nother book that she wants to write about how she sees my life or how she thought I was processing it, right? That's the thing about perception. Have a real conversation with yourself. And there's something about writing your story that's very, very therapeutic. Yeah. Yeah, reliving it to the point where you realize, no, these things can't happen anymore, but I'm okay with it. You know, it's okay because look at where I am. I'm here. I made it, right? So let's just pull, I'm just going to pull one card from the Wisdom Oracle before we go. And I hope you all enjoyed this session. Come back and let's have another conversation. I like it. It really does make me happy to be here with y'all. By the book, it says number 11. You could be seeing 11, 11, 1, 11 on your clocks, okay? These are reminders from the universe. Something about being by the book. I love these cards. They're so wonderful. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? The elephant. The elephant is somebody that remembers everything. And when I say somebody, I meant like on a physical human level, but the animal, not as in a body or somebody or a person. But the elephant is very smart, you know, hence the saying somebody has a memory like an elephant. So by the book, let's just see what that means. Remembering everything, right? How you remember things absolutely will make a huge effect and or difference in how you see life. By the book, let's just see. Hmm. By the book, it says the essential meaning: abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural and family customs, universal laws. Ooh, that's interesting. The oracle's message: the universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family, right? Laws keep social order and they govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. As this relates to relationships, getting along with others entails understanding, respecting who they are, who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. This reminds me of every life is a story that needs to be told. What it does is it lets people see that, you know, you are a real person, right? Because when people see me, all they see is the light. They be like, oh my God, you're glowing. Oh my God, I love your light. I'm like, oh yeah. Like when I think about how people want your power, I'm like, why they don't want your sins? Why they don't want your dark night of the soul? They just want your power. Like, nah, I had to do some work. I had to do some work. That's why my laugh is real. That's why my joy is real. That's why my peace can't be penetrated just by random ass people who aren't having a good day. At the same time, I can absolutely relate, and I have a lot of patience for people that like to project their anger or whatever the hell. Like, I can see the pain. I get right to the root of it. I'm like, yeah, you're hurting. I know what that looks like. I know what that feels like. But here's the thing: you're gonna have to pull yourself up. I'm not here to be your, doormat. But nevertheless, respecting those spiritual laws, right? The law of abundance, the law of attraction, the law of human decency, and spiritual respect for one another. It says, for the middle ground that allows your relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of another person. What is this? Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want them to. Your connection will deepen as a result. Prosperity message. At this time, you can expect a return on your investment. Ooh, nice. Whatever you have pursued, be it a dream you've long cherished, a skill you've cultivated, or a service you're being called to do will come to you if you are willing to go by the book, respecting those universal laws. You don't need to reinvent the wheel to be successful. Follow in the footsteps of others who have already achieved the things you're striving for. You can learn a lot by observing the structures that are already working. Your creative projects and commitments to prosperity are in alignment with the needs of what the world is saying or what the world needs. But impatience may tempt you, divine timing. Impatience may tempt you to cut corners to get there more quickly. Stick with what you know. Stick with what you know will work, and you will attract abundance. Protection message. Now is the time for a real change in consciousness as you are incited to revolt, challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. It is not enough to rebel in small ways. This is a call to revolution. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels like you're so far out of the box that you've established these weird ass energies. That was me putting in my 2 cents. Okay, let me read this as it says. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside the box that the established order may reject it. Genius, invention, and transformation are rarely comfortable and less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. It may be time for you to say no to the way of the group. Stand up and make real changes. Ooh, a rebel with a cause. Something about, yeah, being a rebel with a cause. This says it could be the structure of your inner world that is alerting you to the need for a complete overhaul. Interesting. This is a time for transformation. So let go of the fear of change. Your intuition will lead you through the darkness. There is no turning back. Trust that light will dawn. Trust that the light will dawn. Excuse me. Epiphanies will surely lead to miracles. Ooh, when I think about epiphanies, I think about intuitive nudges, a hunch. Sometimes it's very, very quiet. Sometimes it's not as amplified as people think, right? By way of getting a sign, right? It's just an intuitive nudge. Yeah. So listen to that. That absolutely is giving, following the yellow brick road type of an energy. But this does conclude our session. I hope you liked it. I hope you love it. I hope it did something for you. Please comment, share, subscribe. I love y'all so much. Make your inner child happy, obsessively, compulsively, deliberately. Just focus on all things positive. Why not? Because you can. Yeah, 24/7, 365. And then you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm always happy. Like, oh, I'm living a good life. Yeah, I'm having a good life. Why not? Yeah, you absolutely deserve it. I absolutely deserve it. So this is the part of the session when we close out newcomers. Shout out to the people that stayed to the end. If you are still here, hey there, hi there, hi, hey, hey, hey. Listen, this is the time where we wrap our arms around ourselves and we say, self, you know what? I love you. I love you. I deserve to be here. I deserve to be healthy and wealthy. There's nobody like me. There's nobody like you. And I accept all that is and I go with the flow. And I love myself. Wrapping our arms around ourselves, letting ourselves know that, hey, I am present. I showed up for myself today and all is well. I love y'all so much, okay? Peace be with you. Namaste. Shalom. I will absolutely see you in the next video, okay? I love you. Peace be with you.